Dear fellow coders, welcome to One Little Coder. Today I came across a very interesting service called Run-Wasm. Wasm, if you know, it stands for WebAssembly. So what Run-Wasm does is it's an API that allows you to easily execute code via WebAssembly based programming languages. So basically, if you've got a programming language that is that has a binding supported by WebAssembly, then you can include that language within Run-Wasm, which would enable you to execute that code on your browser and then also see the result. So this has been brought to you by the Slip team. I don't know if they've linked it here, the Slip team. So Slip is like the platform where if you're a programmer, you can actually create a course. So this is something that they've built as part of that initiative, but they're kind enough to open source it. So if you want to check out the open source project, it's available on GitHub, slip.hq/run-wasm. You can actually see the entire thing, and then you can also see the previous pull requests of how many people have contributed and what kind of changes that they have contributed. And if you want to make some contribution, you can also check it out. And they're also kind enough to show the contributor, like who are the contributors on the GitHub page itself. Now that we have also we have seen like what is Run-Wasm, let's quickly go ahead and then see this interesting product or service. So they're calling it an API. So what happens is, currently if you see on their homepage, you can see three supports: just plain vanilla Python support, a matplotlib support, a TypeScript support. So we are going to see the demo of one by one. So there is already a Python support. So delete this, and then I'll write a simple Python code that would say, for I in range of 1, 10, print I love One Little Coder. I think this is like a self promotion for myself. Yep, run the code. So it should ideally show. Yep, then it actually shows I love One Little Coder 10 times. So basically on the browser you're executing a Python code. Just remember that this is on the browser, which means you can do the same thing on any machine, right? Anything, like even on Chromebook, iPad, Android tablet, wherever you want. So the first demo works very well. The second thing is on Matplotlib. If you're not familiar, Matplotlib is almost the go-to Python library for making data visualization. A lot of people use Matplotlib, and Matplotlib, the way you import a Matplotlib is matplotlib.pyplot, and then just you take it with the alias plt, and then you start plotting it. And if I try to run this code, click run the code, and then you can see that I've got a straight line, I've got a very nice sine curve. So if I try to make something else, yeah, you can see the curve changing. So basically, again, like I said, like within the browser, I managed to make the change, and then you can see like how it looks. I can play with the code, I can see the result. Again, like I said, this is brought to you by Slip, because they've got content creators, especially programmers who want to create interactive courses. I think this is something that would help them in the long run. And finally, they've got a TypeScript. I don't know anything to try with TypeScript, so I'm going to just simply click run code, and then it shows console.log 12 plus 13 is equal to 5, and then you get the result. What I'm more interested in is actually the matplotlib part, because I've seen a couple of platforms, for example, like a data camp, closed platforms, to be honest. Data camp type of platforms having this kind of something where you can run the code and then see the output parallelly. I think that is one of the best ways to teach somebody code, because you're not just having a video tutorial, but you're also making them do something and then see the result parallelly for what you're teaching. I think if that kind of a feature is available open source, of course Slip, you need to register for Slip, you need to create courses. But if your objective is not to just create courses, like maybe let's say like you are writing a blog post and you want somebody to try out something in Matplotlib, and this is like the wonderful way for you to make it happen using Run-Wasm. So go to their GitHub, have a look at how this is made. They've got nice details. I think I still think that there's a good potential for them to improve the documentation about how somebody can include a new language, how somebody can embed this on their website, a lot of things. But again, the whole point of open source is that not the founding team has to do everything, right? So if you have got the skills, whatever that skill you think might take it to have new languages, better documentation, please feel free to jump in. If you have not started the repository, please feel free to start the repository. A huge shout out to Kenneth, who is the founder of Slip, and also this entire Slip team for making this open source and making it available for anyone and everyone. I can see the potential of this really really growing big, and then making it easier for anybody to actually create a programming interface within the browser. And having something within the browser means you're basically democratizing programming, right? So you don't need fancy machines like a basic smartphone. A lot of people in the country where I come from, India, people actually learn programming using smartphone, like simply from smartphone. And like having this kind of thing is like it's going to open a lot of doors. And a huge thank you to the team for making it available. So if you have a nice idea, just go ahead and try out Run-Wasm. Otherwise, give them a shout out on social media. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this was helpful to you.